Hello everyone, welcome to Papercrafting Playdate. My name is Robin Armbrecht at Really Robin Stamps. I'm so excited you are joining me today and we're going to make some fantastic cards. Today is July 1st, 2022. And this is episode 62 of Papercrafting Playdate. So what I have for us today are some amazing one-layer cards using a technique called color blocking. And I'm going to show you 3 different ways to achieve this effect. So I'm really excited to show you. So I'm going to flip the camera around and we will get to the stamp table. There we go. How is everybody doing on this Friday of a new month? It's pretty exciting. Now let me just tighten this up so it doesn't wiggle on me. And we'll see how that works. Okay, looking pretty good. So excited to see you all today. Your names and all that good stuff popping up. Let me find the comments so I can see you. There we go. There we go. All right, let's see how this camera looks. All right, so it's July 1st. That means there's a new Hostess Code. Stick that over there. This is July's code. And this month of July, so many good things are happening. So let's just chat a little bit. You can see these brand new catalogs. They start today. So exciting. And the best part is this little guy right here, this Celebration catalog. This is the twice a year super duper sale Stampin' Up! Has, where everything in this little book is free with an order. So this is the best time to place orders, build up your stash. For every $50 you spend, and there's no limit, you can earn rewards. So you can get stamp sets and dies and paper. And then there's some things that are like bigger. So here's like a bigger stamp set. Here's a bigger die set. Here is paper and a stamp set. So these are free when you purchase $100 at one time. So there's lots of options, something for everybody. And that starts today. So that's really exciting. The good news is when you use my Hostess Code, and you have to use my Hostess Code, I throw in some extra stuff, right? So this month you're going to earn a little holiday card making kit. We'll kind of have a little Christmas in July, I guess, a little holiday stamping. So it'll be a bundle of holiday products from here that you can use to put together some kind of holiday cards. So yeah, so exciting. I'm not quite ready for Christmas. That just seems like, whew, but nonetheless, we've got those things available to us. Let's see who's here. Swipe left. Oh, there we go. Oh boy. Hi Liz, hi Susan, hi Wendy, hi Sarah, hi Jonna, hi Polly and Lisa and Wendy. Did I say your name already? Sarah, so happy. Jaylene, thank you so much for joining me today. All right, so I have some show and tell as well. This is from one of my team members, Cheryl, and she created this cute little pocket fold using my pattern that I had on one of my Papercrafting Playdates. I can't think of the number of it, but she made it a little bit narrower, and she made it to hold a little pen and a highlighter and some tags, and she gave this to her customers when she had her new catalog party and shared this with me, and I think it's so cute. And now that I'm seeing this, wouldn't this be so fun to stick like silverware in? It could be a little place setting thing. You could put at Christmas, you could put a little candy cane and then your silverware and wrap it. It'd be really cute. So I love that idea, Cheryl. Thank you for sharing that with me. And this, look at this fun little card. It's a little easel card, half easel card maybe. I'm not sure what Sue calls it. And this is from my team member Sue. Isn't that beautiful? I love that paper. And then this is from Susie, and she made this amazing card. Look at these beautiful layers, the squares like that. It makes this beautiful little shape. I've never done that before. I love how that looks. She made a Z-fold card. Very fun. I love that card. Thank you. And this precious card came all the way from the United Kingdom, from Wendy. Thank you so much, Wendy. I love this. I liked that I got these two cards in the mail in the same week. It's so fun. So that is from Wendy, and I absolutely love it. Love that layout. This is from team member Tamra, and she did the emboss resist technique, which we did a few weeks ago on watercolor paper. So pretty, so beautiful. This is the celebration set that I just pointed out. In the back here, this is the one you can get with the paper. Just put those beautiful little flowers on there. This is from Liz. Liz is watching. Oh my goodness, look what she did here. You're gonna be just stunned. She took her old catalog that just retired, and she found little pictures of projects and cut them out with this little hexagon die and created a background with them. Is that not so cute? And then I don't know if you can see this, but she made this little book, a Stampin' Up! Catalog. So she cut out the little Stampin' Up! Logo. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Jane. Hi, Anjali. Isn't that awesome? I've never seen that done before. I think it's brilliant. Liz is just brilliant. And then lastly, look at this fun little birdhouse card. It's kind of like a tent card. It has a special little fold on the inside, and it makes that little birdhouse. So cute. This is from Cheryl, the same Cheryl who made me this, and I thought, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to figure that out. So thank you for all of this precious mail. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so we're gonna do color blocking today, and let me just show you some examples. So all color blocking it's a kind of an art trend that during like the modern art period in the early 20th century, there's I forget his name, but somebody kind of invented it, and all it really involves is putting together blocks of color. That's why it's called color blocking. And so you can kind of see this in clothing, decor, art. So these are just some examples of color blocking. And it's a nice, easy technique because you can, so here's like art, right? And then you've got clothes, you know, so it's kind of pairing vibrant colors together or ombre colors, and it just kind of creates a lot of energy because of how the blocks are put together. So I'm going to show you 3 ways to do this today. And the first way, we're going to use something you have around the house, which is maybe you don't, if you don't paint, which that would be great, right? If you never had to paint. Painter's tape. So we're going to make a super simple card using painter's tape. So you can use whatever size you want. And then you're going to choose some ink colors. So I have Pear Pizzazz, So Saffron, and Pool Party. So what you do is you tear off some tape about the size that you want on your cardstock. And this is really just a technique where you can transfer. You're just transferring ink, and it makes a really great background, and it's very similar to this color blocking. All right, so I'm going to start with Pool Party. And you're just going to very gently lay it into your ink pad and just kind of make sure it's touching, and then peel that up and then put it down on your card, on your cardstock. Press lightly again. Because it's painter's tape and not masking tape, it's going to come up easily, but you still want to just press lightly. And look at that great little block of color that you get. Okay, so now we're going to do So Saffron, and I'm just getting a new piece of tape. I'm going to press lightly and pull that up and put it down. This is like magic. Woo! Has anybody done this technique before? It's super fun. And very easy. We're just making 1-layer cards today. We're going to keep it very simple and play with ink and just a little bit of paper and stamps. All right, so there's our 3 colors. Let me put these away. So you can do anything with this background, literally anything. I kind of have a theme going for today's cards, and I am going to use a lot of black ink, and maybe you can see, yes, I've been playing with the black ink, and we're going to just kind of make this very simple. So I wanted to play with this stamp set here called Olive Branch. This is new to the annual catalog. It's on page 70, and it's a great little distinctive stamp set, and it has some really great greetings that you can use for sympathy. This could be, you know, Christmas too, or holiday, so it's a nice little stamp set. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to stamp in black and keep this really simple. Now, this is a pretty large stamp, and it only fits on this big block here, which I don't use this block very often because it's a little awkward. So I'm going to use my Stamparatus to make this happen. That way it just makes it a little bit easier. So I'm going to put that there and lock it down, and then I want my olive branch to just kind of overlap all those colors right there. So I'm going to pick that up. And then we'll ink it with our Memento Black. So I'm kind of stamping everything on my color blocking today in black because that's really going to showcase those colors that we put in our color blocking. All right, so we've got that inked up, and let's press that onto the cardstock. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm going to do it one more time to make it a little bit darker. Like that. There we go. Gorgeous. Okay, so let's take this out. So we're going to create just a very simple card and make the card base in the basic black. We're going to bring in our gingham ribbon, and let's use a greeting here. So everything's just going to be stamped in black. And I'm going to just make this a 1-layer card. just to do something different today, right? You don't have to. You could definitely pop up your greeting. Now, before we attach this, let's put a little bit of this gingham ribbon, and I want to tie a knot all the way around it. So I'm going to wrap it 1, 2, 3 times, and that's going to give me enough for a knot. Now, if you wanted to do a bow, you would wrap it 4 times, and that would give you enough for a bow. Okay, I like that, and let's put it on our card base. Again, very simple, just a very basic 1-layer card, but you've got that technique going on, so it kind of makes it kind of interesting, right? Okay, when you're feeling like you just want to be kind of artsy, it's a great time to pull out a technique that's simple like this, and it allows you to just kind of play with color and with your stamps, and you don't have to get out your dies and things like that. So one of the things you can do when you're doing something kind of like has a little bit like a distressed look, you can add splatters. So I just squeezed my Memento so I could get some black ink in the lid, and I'm just gonna get my water painter and do a couple little flicks there. And then you've got just a little splatter. That makes it, you know, just adds a little bit to that artsy look. All right, so that's your basic color blocking technique using painter's tape, okay? Thank you, Jaylene. All right, so here is another sample. This is using the thinner painter's tape. This is the wide, this is the thinner one. And then I thought it'd be fun. I have just a couple things from that new catalog, and I have this one here. And so I used the wider tape and stamped those little ornaments on there. I put it on vanilla, so it kind of has a little vintagey look. And then on this one, I mixed the tape and just had it going in different directions. Also ran it through an embossing folder just to make it a little more interesting, right? So there's so many ways you can step this up. You can emboss this, you can add things to it, but I'm keeping it really simple. And then of course you can always add to it, right? And then I played with the new Celebration Hippest Hippos and the wide tape and created this one. This one's my favorite so far. Isn't that cute? So here I took my little extra greeting and I just kind of stamped in the same color in those areas so that it would just kind of add a little bit of extra background to that where the tape is. This is very fun. You will love playing with this when you start this doing this technique. Okay, now, so this is way one. This is one way to do this. Let me show you kind of a side way to this number one. Let's say you don't have any painter's tape and you don't want to buy any, so you just won't ever have to paint at your house, right? I totally get that. The other thing that you can do and achieve the same effect is to just use your acrylic blocks as the color blocking. So I picked these 4 blocks so that they would go right on my card front. I'm going to lift this up and I'm going to put it under my piercing pad because I need just a little bit of give. These blocks are solid. You won't get a full impression. So I'm going to pick 4 bright and happy colors. So I've got Coastal Cabana and Daffodil Delight, Melon Mambo, and Granny Apple Green. And we'll get our Coastal Cabana. Okay, so something simple like that. Put these away. All right, so then I'm going to just take a nice big greeting. And just stick that on there. Keeping it simple. Can run this through the embossing folder. I'm not going to do that because you guys know how to do that. We'll just put it right on our card. Again, these are just very simple. Simple cards. And then we'll add some matching, coordinating dots. Put that down there since I made a little boo-boo right there. We'll do 2 there. Do pink over here. Just kind of sparkle it up a bit. Okay, again, you can emboss this, you can layer another color underneath here. You can do a lot of things to step it up. I'm just going to keep it very, very simple. So if you don't have painter's tape, you can achieve the same effect, just use your acrylic blocks. So I played with this one, Nature's Prints. I used the same size block and I overlapped them just a little bit. And then I did send this through the embossing folder so you can see how it steps it up a little bit. And then this one, I used kind of an ombre effect. This is Fresh Freesia and Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. And I just used the same size block. I colored the gingham ribbon with the Highland Heather Stampin' Blend so that it would all kind of coordinate together purple. And that was this stamp set. Okay, so you guys getting some ideas, I hope. Are you thinking about how you can kind of pull out your blocks or your tape and use them in a different way? Okay, so that is 1.5, way 1.5. Now, here is the second way you can do color blocking, and that is by using finding a stamp that has kind of a block of color. So I'm going to use this Season of Chic because it has this great little block here. And we're going to pull out some frosty colors here, some pastels, and we're going to actually use this snowflake here and make a winter kind of card. Okay, so this is what I'm going to use for the color blocking. I'm going to do blue and purple and mint. Okay, so instead of using black, I'm going to just use navy as my neutral, the darker color. I'm going to stamp that beautiful, delicate snowflake 3 times. And we'll stamp our greeting. This stamp set has this fun little background stamp here. So I'm going to bring a piece of scratch paper in. I'm going to just use the same colors right over the snowflake, but I'm going to get a lighter value and stamp it off once and just kind of create just a little bit of extra texture with this stamp. So I'm going to stamp off and then put it right over the snowflake. We'll just match all those colors like that. You can see how that turned out. Very fun, very fun. So using a stamp to do your color blocking. So let me just show you the finished card here. So instead of black, I just used navy as the neutral. So keep in mind you can do all kinds of things. This would be a great little holiday card. You could make a ton of those very, very quickly. I took the same stamp set and switched my neutral to early espresso. And then I used very vanilla, so it kind of gives it a little bit more aged look. And used the flower, but the same exact design. Could do that over and over again. I don't get tired of making cards like this. It's so much fun to just let the stamps and the ink, you know, do all the work. And, you know, you don't have to always use pattern paper. It makes it so much easier sometimes when you have pattern paper. But I also very much love to just stay tied to the stamps and the ink. So let me show you some other stamp sets that make great color blocking cards. So this one's an obvious choice. If you've got watercolor shapes, this is in the annual catalog. This is a great one because you get all of these different shapes that you can put together. And so I did 3 colors here, kind of did some contrasting colors so it would pop. This is a celebration set with all these words, and so I just stamped that on top. I loved this. To another year around the sun together. So that could be like anniversary. If you leave off together, that could be a birthday card. So pretty. Lots of fun greetings in there. So that's this set. But think outside the box. If you've got the hydrangea set, this has a great little background stamp that is actually pretty big right here. And Just did a very simple 3-color and then put that hydrangea on top. But it's pretty, right? It's simple, but I like it. And then I took this one and I used this because this is a great color block, right? So I did that in kind of a ombre, a little bit, Calypso Coral, Flirty Flamingo, Mango Melody. I barely made it to the video today because I was having so much fun putting these cards together. Okay, now this was the way 2. So way 1 was using painter's tape or acrylic blocks. The second way to do color blocking is to find some kind of background image that you can stamp your blocks. So the third way is to achieve the color blocking with cardstock. Okay, so what we're gonna do, so instead of ink, you choose cardstock colors, and you can do 2 to 3 or 3 to 4, it doesn't matter. So I kind of did another ombre, and I did Pool Party and not Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana and Bermuda Bay. So for this technique, you want to stamp on all these pieces, and you want them to all have the exact same image in the exact same place. So let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to line this up right here on that corner so I can get all my pieces in the same spot. And I'm going to take the pieces from Big Hooray and I'm going to create my design where I want this all to stamp. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to pick it up with the Stamparatus plate. Okay. Oops, I'm so sorry about that. I'm going to turn it this way. So what this allows me to do once I've set it up is I can stamp all 3 of these pieces exactly the same and have this be in the same place by just keeping my paper in the same place. So I'm going to do black again. And we're gonna do it twice. Get it nice and dark. Okay, so there's one. And let's take the next one. I'm going to put it right back in the same, line it up on that grid in the same spot. Apparently I didn't push hard enough right there. Okay, let's do it a second time to make it more intense. Okay, and then we're going to do it one last time with our Pool Party. We'll put that in the same spot. All right, can you guess where this is headed here? Jana. Oh, good. I'm glad you love this technique. All right, so one more time, we'll get it nice and dark. Okay, that was the hard part. I'll put this away. So now what we're gonna do is kind of do that stack and cut technique. All right, so I'm gonna stack these together and hopefully that black ink is dry enough. And I'm just gonna cut these all the same at the same time. I'm gonna cut them at the same time. I'm gonna do 3/4 of an inch. And then I'm gonna do, I'm not really overthinking it here. I'm gonna do like that. Okay, now we're gonna do that little stack and cut technique. So we've got, let's go here. We've got our 3 tops. And we just mix and match so that each grouping has one of each color, and those words are all gonna line up because we used the Stamparatus. Pretty cool, right? So now I'm gonna mount this onto basic black cardstock. So it'll pop. I am down. This is my last, I need to order because this is my last liquid glue that I have, and it's making me just a little bit nervous. I love this stuff. Okay, by using the liquid glue, you can kind of adjust it once you get, isn't that fun? All right, so let's just take a minute here and we will put these all together. What I like about this technique is you can take any stamp set that you have. You've kind of seen me use different ones. You can use a line art image. You can use a bold image. You can use more than one image at a time. And as you know, as long as you're stamping in that darker color, whether you're using the painter's tape or the blocks or whichever way you're doing the technique, you can put any image that you have, right? Any flower, any leaf, any big word, anything like that. I know I just said this, but it is really refreshing, you know, to just walk away from your pattern paper for just a little bit and just play with colors, just play with ink. Now, I thought this would kind of be cool because these are like celebration cards. So let me see if this will work out because I didn't plan this ahead, but I love this little charming sentiments. And I thought big hooray, you know, that could be for anything. And I love this super fantastic, Super fantastic mega news. And so I cut that out. This is a fun little bundle because every single greeting in here has a little shape to cut it out, and you get all these little extras to create some fun little things. And so I did some stars, and let's just see if this can fit somewhere. I didn't really plan it ahead. I don't know if that will work. I really didn't use enough room, did I? Probably should go there, but let's see. Well, I don't think that's going to work out exactly how I wanted it to, but let's go ahead and put these little stars on because they're super cute. And let's do one there. And we'll do this little one right there. Wink of Stella on the hooray and just give it a little sparkle. I won't take the time to do that all right now, but you can see it'll just give it a little bit of something extra on our one layer card. Of course, you could pull in some gingham ribbon here, but there's the finished color blocking with cardstock. Super easy, right? So I did it with, okay, so I forgot to tell you one important thing. However many colors of cardstock you decide to color block with, that's how many cuts you have to make. So because there was 3 colors, I made it into 3, well, I guess it's 2 cuts, but you make it into 3 pieces. So here are some cards I made back with that olive branch set, and I picked 4 colors. We've got Old Olive and Pear Pizzazz, Soft Sea Foam, and Pool Party. I needed a bunch of sympathy cards, and I thought this was kind of a nice color combination. And so here I cut it to make sure that it would be into 4 pieces because I had 4 colors of cardstock, and I just kind of used different shaped rectangles and put them back together. And then I ran it through the embossing folder, the quatrefoil. So it just gives it a little bit more texture. Okay. And then I used the Butterfly Brilliance background, and I did some really bright ones. And I cut it into kind of, not really triangles, but into more of those kind of quadrilateral shapes. So I used 3 pieces, so I needed to cut that into 3. So however many pieces of cardstock you use, that is going to determine how many pieces you have to cut those into. Aren't those happy? Okay. So what do you think? What do you think? Which version of the color blocking do you think you're going to try first? Which one can you do immediately? Are you going to use your acrylic blocks, some stamps, your cardstock? Let's see. Jonna, wait, what did you say? May I come live with you so we can have, yes, that would be fun. We should just plan a, tour, right? Okay, look at that. Painter's tape, acrylic blocks, stamps, and cardstock. You've got all kinds of ideas here. for ways to use color blocking and make one layer cards that are super cute, right? Wanda's going to start with the stamps. Good, good. I bet you can pull out so many that you have that you didn't even realize. Like, I know so many people have this painted poppies, and it has this great little splotch in it that would make great. I didn't really use circles, but you absolutely can use circles to do your color blocking. Nydia, thank you. Rhonda, thank you so much. Oh, you guys are great. I appreciate you very much. All right, so I want to see what you create with this technique. Go over to the Really Super Stampers group when you get your time to make some of these color blocking technique cards. And I want to see what you come up with, because you are amazing as well. And just thank you so much, so very much for watching today. There will be a tutorial PDF available on my blog later on today so that you can remember the techniques and have the visuals. The pictures will all be up there. So thank you very much. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And until next time, bye.